Your life in ministry, yes, people are helpful. They are sent there to help you. But you also need to grow yourself. You learn how to keep your relations. You keep your word. You visit people. You love. Tumetoka discipline of love in February. You do all those things. And it's not mathematically you sit and decide, okay, my goal is going to be to love and to pange yourself. The more you study the word, it becomes natural. The more you read the word, when you come up, it's easy to preach. It's easy to talk to people. It's easy to encourage. Okay? Growth is seen by what you manifest outwards.
Whoever you are, wherever you're watching us from, you're welcome to Beacon Life Church, Nairobi, Kenya. We are committed to shining Jesus' light as we advance the glorious gospel of the kingdom. Our services are on Sunday 10 a.m., Power Thursday, which is also our midweek prayer service at 6 p.m. You're welcome to log into our life groups, Beacon at Home, Beacon at Work. Don't you hesitate to get in touch with us for the details of the life group that is closest to you. Feel excited to join us on our social media handles to subscribe, like, comment, and follow Beacon Life Church on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Let's now celebrate the Lord with our generous giving. The M-Pesa pay bill number is 535471. You can also give through PayPal by following the link on our website, www.beaconlifechurch.org. For cash, checks, and transfers, our bank details are displayed on the screen. Thanks a bunch for joining us today. Welcome to Beacon Life Church. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the service.
You are good and your mercy is forever.
Hallelujah.
I say you are good and your mercy is forever.
Hallelujah.
Hey, you are good and your mercy is forever.
Hallelujah.
You are good and your mercy is forever. Forever.
Hallelujah.
Oh, you are good and your mercy is forever.
Hallelujah.
Jehovah.
You are the Most High.
Jehovah.
You are the Most High.
Oh, Jehovah.
You are the Most High.
Oh, Jehovah.
You are the Most High.
Oh, Jehovah.
You are the Most High.
Jehovah Adonai.
You are the Most High.
Oh, Jehovah.
You are
Jehovah, Jehovah, So let's pray. We begin our sermon. God, we thank you for this gathering. We thank you for your word. We thank you for the strength to stand before them and deliver your word. We pray that the hearts will be receptive. And we pray even as you speak to us, that God, we shall go out there, be doers, we shall serve you as unto you and not unto men. We give you praise and glory. Amen. Mm-hmm. I have a cold, so once in a while when I blow my nose, it's okay. Sawa? Okay. We'll start with our verse. My verse is from Proverbs chapter 12 verse 1. And niliambiwa niko na permission ya kusema media team. Please help me project. My topic is on discipline. I'm sure you've heard it so many times, but because Pasi amesema this month we are reminding ourselves how to serve the King. So we are going to remind ourselves certain topics that are crucial in serving the King. Sawa? Yeah, so it will be discipline and consistency, something that you cannot quite put aside. Always sema you have discipline and separate from consistency, right? Yeah. So Proverbs chapter 12 verse 1, it says, whoever loves instruction loves knowledge, but he that hates reproof is brutish. Hiyo ni King James. If we go to ESV, it says, whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is stupid. Then the Amplified, it says, whoever loves instruction and discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof and correction is stupid. So I'll be using that word, but don't say it's me who was too rude. Sawa. To learn, this is the New Living Translation. To learn, you must love discipline. It is stupid to hate correction. Sawa. So what is knowledge? I want to make it in the list, in the word that we all understand. Knowledge is education. Sawa. You go to school to learn. Sawa. You go to school to acquire knowledge. You go to school to get an education. Sawa. This education is what you use day to day. Sawa. So knowledge is for the head. You reason with it. Sawa. So knowledge, you use this to get your everyday life moving. Sawa. To reason, to make decisions, to, for example, I had an image, a very lovely image. So today you'll help me decide. We'll be building. Mnapenda kujenga. You all love living in nice houses, right? So I have 3 buildings. I want you to decide we decide which one we'll build. Sawa. So that's house number 1. Kona lights inje, very beautiful green lawns. Then we have that one. A mansionette. Those who love visitors, you have space. Uko juu for hosting more people. Sindio? Then you have that one. Wamapen, I know. I knew you'd notice the car. What version is that? It's a Range? Oh, Range Rover Sport. Okay, so I'm speaking to a few people. Yeah. So which house do we build? Oh, no. Oh, this one with the car? Oh, so we built number 2, the mansion. Okay. That one. Then we put the car. Ish. Sawa. So hold on to that. That is the house we are building. Sawa. So, with discipline, with education, with knowledge, sawa, you end up building such a house. It's beautiful. The surrounding looks also like outapata, shanty, sindio. It looks, the environment is nice. So that is our focus today. So when you're deciding to build a house, you go research. Sindio? What is the cost of building this house? What are the materials I need? How far am I going to dig deep? What kind of soil am I building on? Sindio? All that is knowledge you're acquiring before you start building. And all this helps you in the decisions you'll make. Do I need to save more? Or do I go get a loan from the bank? Everyone has their choice. Sindio? Yeah. Then, all this knowledge, besides the nini, why do we acquire knowledge? One, besides making decisions, the Bible commands us. You have to have knowledge. You know, the difference between you and the person you admire is the knowledge they have. Because when you stand and speak to them, they speak and you're like, yeah, this person needs to continue speaking. Right? Knowledge they acquire and the relationships they maintain to enable this knowledge acquisition, right? That's why if, for example, Bill Gates ever comes here, one, you'll want him to talk. But besides that, you'll even want to be a friend to the assistant so that you can get to this guy, get to the resources he has. By the way, some of you, you might not even need his knowledge. You don't want to know IT. You don't want to know what he does in medicine. Wewe uko focused. I want to build my house, and I have this product I'm selling. So, if this guy can buy my products, I'm sorted. Exactly, right? Yes. So, please, remember, knowledge is quite important. You have to acquire the knowledge. The Bible says that lack of knowledge, my people perish because of... My people perish because of lack of knowledge. That is in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. If we can just read it. So as it comes up, lack of knowledge. Another adjective for lack of knowledge is ignorance. Ignorance equates to stupidity. So, if my people my people perish because of lack of knowledge. One, ukiamua kujenge hiyo nyumba without knowledge, with you being dumb, ignorant, the house will either collapse and you will die. That is one kind of death, physical death. Or spiritual death. Umetumwa, uende uko nje. Your vision was, I'm going to... Mungu amekuongelesha. Amekwambia your vision is going to build a church. You reach out there. Lack of knowledge. You don't know your word. I don't know how you're going to start preaching to those people. Because you are so basic. You haven't gone to the depth. Pasi alikuwa anaongea hapa mbele and I'm like, hey, he's preaching my word before I can preach. See, he summarizes after. But I'll give him time because my sermon is short. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. Yes, Grace.
Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
Unasikia how God is so tough with people who lack knowledge, who depart from him. It just does not end with you as a person. It trickles down to your kids. Unaelewa? So for you people, you need to get to a point where you are the bridge. Sawa? Between the old and the new. You don't sit there and say, sasa wazazi wangu walikuwa poor, so I have to die there. No. You already have the knowledge. You've already... Nimewasomea Hosea 4:6. You already have the... knowledge is for the head. It's already here. So you go be the bridge. You go put your discipline and everything into it. Sawa? So let's go back to that house. And as we go to the house, nataka tusome Matthew 7:24 verse 6, where Jesus was giving the parable of the house that was built on sand and another one that was built on the rock. Okay? I think I'll keep requesting people to read for me. Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 to 26.
And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand.
Continue.
And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. 28. And it came to pass, when Jesus had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine.
Okay, that's it. So this stupid guy went, built their house on sand, and the rains came and hit it. Now, this person built their house on sand. So there's this land that has sand. He came built on the sand. Then there's this other one who built on the rock. Sindio? They all went through the same environment. The rain came. You have all 24 hours to study. The rain comes. It beats you both. So, example of the rain. Give me an example of rain. Mashida zenye mnapitia. Economy. Exactly. Economy ni ngumu. Unga imeenda juu. But someone else was so diligent. He studied, finished school, went looked for a job. Mungu aliwapatia. All of you, you've been blessed. You've both been given that job. But one was so diligent. He worked so hard at that job. Akongezewa mshahara ama akapatiwa promotion. Another one, alifika alipatiwa job. See, God has blessed you. Ask. It says pray, believe, receive. So they've prayed, they've believed, they've received. They've all received that job. These people who are building the house, they all were blessed. Resources cost. Si tumesema tuna cost these houses. So they all were given money. They built our mansion it. Cost ni ile ile. But there's one who chose, mimi najenga kwa mchanga. I am so lazy. Tukijenga kwa mchanga tutaenda juu haraka. Sawa? So the houses are both very beautiful. But one decided, I don't want to put the work of building on rock. I'll build on the soil. Now, if I look at this parable in a different way, you know, in our minds we are like, one ilijengwa kwa land that has sand only, and another one on a land that has rock only. But if we go back to our science, do you know the layers of the soil? There's the good soil for planting. Alafu the sand. Here sand is always mixed with other different soils. Sawa. Then there's the bedrock. So when you're building, you have to dig deep. Sawa. You hit that rock. You go past the soil, the top soil. You go past this other sand. You hit the rock. So the stupid man, okay, the one who lacked discipline, it's better. The one who lacked discipline, Ali dig to level 2. Sawa. The one who was like, no, this is long term. I'm investing for my future. I do not want to lose what I've worked on. Dug and went to the rock. Now, some of us lack discipline. And that is where our plan ends. We're like, let's dig to the soil, to the sand. If anything, si tumepita hii topsoil. At least it's deep. It's deep kiasi. But when issues come, when troubles come, when temptations come, those are the weathers, the rains, and what happens to you? You're shaken. Your foundation is shaken. Where was your foundation? On the sand. Mvua inakuja, it doesn't even hold too much, but when the rains are flowing, it flows with your house. Whatever beautiful, because all we see outside is beautiful, but this beautiful house is swept away. But the one who went down to the rock, the one who took time to pray, and not just pray, he acted. He went ahead and dug. Do you know how hard it is to dig on a rock? How to me jembe, how to me shovel. As in, you have to work harder on the instruments that you use to go through that rock. So when you're reading the word, you don't wake up and decide, Leo is that day. You spend 20 hours today only and read that word. Then after that, you keep tapping on the previous, 2 weeks later, see that day read 20 hours on that word, which you can't even remember. A month later, 20 hours I did on that day. But that word is already gone. Where did you dig? On sand. Then someone else travels every day. They read their Bible. They are so disciplined. They read their Bible every day. They pray every day. They wake up in the morning. Wanajua, my goal is, let's not even go to making money and all that. My goal is I want to be a good swimmer. I'm not talking about those guys who go to the pool and sit on the shallow end and fight water hapo kwa shallow end. Unajijua? I'm talking about those who want to swim to the deep end. They have to go to the pool every day, whether it's raining, whether it's cold, whether it's warm. It's not about how am I waking up today and feeling, and that is discipline. Let me first read for you a definition of discipline before I go further. So, discipline. Sorry, I'm getting there. Discipline is getting a control through practice or enforcing order. Unaelewa? So you get control of your life by placing certain parameters. I want to be a swimmer, so I will wake up every day, swim for 30 minutes every day. You practice. Okay? The discipline is in. You wake up and you get there. Then, now you practice every day. Every day. It doesn't become a one-day thing. And that is where consistency comes in. Okay? It's the process. The process you go through to build your foundation. Okay? So every day, I'm traveling. I wake up and pray. I wake up and, tuko kwa swimming. Every day, I wake up and swim. I go to that pool. I drink that water. How many have practiced swimming? You go there. You gallop that water. You wake up. You cough that water. And the following day, you're not giving up. Because you still have a goal, your vision, it's up there. That beautiful house is there, your goal. You're practicing the consistency, the process that gets you to building your foundation. Remember, people will not see the hard work that you've put to get there. People will see that beautiful house and all they'll never think of, I may spend pesa ngapi? Ama, how much work did he have to put by the time he got that money to build that house? They don't talk about that. Or that preacher, gosh, I admire that preacher. Do you know me? I go to church to just listen to how that preacher preaches. But do you know how much time he put in prayer? Do you know how much listening he had to do to listen to other preachers, to prepare that word, to repeat it to himself, paka ingie? No one thinks about it. You're like, me, I'm going to church because I need to listen to that preacher. But that person worked hard, put the foundation. That now you're saying, she's beautiful. That chick has a good figure. She's beautiful. But amjui time I spend in the pool, swimming, exercising. Amjui how much time they've put in the gym. You think gym is fun? The photos look nice when you're in the posing in the gym wear and all. But the effort, you have to exercise your muscle, utasikia uchungu. So let me give you a story on that. There's a time my husband went hiking and he alikuwa anajua his feet. So he goes up the hill, coming down. Alikuwa na shida na magoti. Then it hit him by there, I think I can do gym. So he goes to the gym. The trainer is a trainer. Now, you have to do skipping ropes. Hey. Okay. Anyway, tutasort baadaye after this. But he used to. I used to know skipping rope as in, come on, skipping rope. Tulifanya tukikuwa watoto, you skip. But I knew skipping rope is not, it's not normal to everyone. But let me tell you, by the time, aliumia. But I think foundation. But let me tell you, by now, I think he's better than me. After pregnancy, I think I need to go back to the gym. Pia mimi. But you see, the traveling. Unaenda trainer na kuambia ruka. Umefika ngapi? 100. We agreed it's 1,000. Even if the whole session will just be skipping those pakufike 1,000. Skip 50, stand. Skip 50, stand until you get to 1,000. By the time I was stopping gym at that time, Kimana was skipping 1,000 plus. And I was like, he had hit his rock at that time. It's the discipline you put into it. Sawa. So discipline. We are building this house, Sindio. We are swimming. You've put the effort. You've learned how to swim. People admiring you. So consistency. Sawa. The consistency creates a process that creates your foundation. And that is where you're supposed to build on. Sawa. I want us to read. Read for me just the same name. Matthew 7:24.
Matthew 7:24. Therefore, whatsoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock.
Whosoever hears, still on the 24. Therefore, whosoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him. Turudi kwa kizungu. I can be helped. I'm not sure if that's the word, but I think it's a metaphor. Right, Eric? It's a metaphor. You liken something. Sawa. So I will liken him unto a wise man. There's no way you can be called wise unless you have the knowledge, which translates to wisdom. So knowledge is for the head. Wisdom trickles down to the heart. Now it becomes your everyday life. When someone comes to you and you give them the word, they're like, we have to go back to this person. Hey, akiongea. Feels good, okay? So it moves from the head, it trickles to the heart. So I will liken them to a wise man which built his house upon a rock. Na nimewambia the process of getting to that rock, right? Yeah. So by the time you get to this rock, you need to have put discipline, and discipline equals to action. Discipline is an action. Hakuna mdomo. When you decide, today my goal is to build that house. If you decide you'll be talking about it, let me tell you, I will say as the old people say, you'll talk until the cows come back home. You will talk and talk and talk. You will receive, and that will be the end of it. Hautaweza maintain because you did not take the action to build on it. Let me describe to you in a different way. When what you do infiltrates behavior, it gives you a foundation. Okay? When what you do, when that action, when that discipline becomes part of you, when you repeat it every day, becomes consistent to your daily life, it builds your foundation. When what you do infiltrates behavior, it gives you foundation. Sawa. Discipline and consistency is that work that is never seen. It is the unseen. It is the effort you put so much. Wacha niwapatie example of Amy. I don't know where Amy went. Oh, Sunday school. So Amy, when we were in Kasarani those days, Amy alikuwa anasoma masters. Yeah. Amy, the day she's doing masters, you will call her phone will be off. Kona anacheka cause anajua, hata Koni anajua. You will call her, you won't find her. That girl was reading. Until the day I decided to do masters. And I was like, ay, Kwani, is it this hard? And let me tell you, the day I finished, I decided I will remind a few people of how far they are in their masters, wamalize. And today I respect everyone who I call doctor. Because if masters was that hard, just to do the thesis, the project was that hard. You go do research. This is knowledge I'm digging for. You go to your lecturer and he tells you, by the way, whatever you have researched for does not relate to your topic. Go back. Go back. You research. You sit in that lib. By the way, this lecturer is paid to ensure your thesis is correct. You go back. It's like, okay, so this whole part is good, but this lower part needs a change. And you know, he doesn't quite direct you and assume, by the way, if you finished your high school, you finished a degree, and in degrees, I believe you all did a project before you graduated your 4th year, right? Yeah. So by the time you're coming for masters, as in you should be having the foundation of what you do for a thesis or for a project, right? So all I have to tell you is go correct on this part. You go correct. Let me tell you, by the time you finish your proposal, that is where people give up. You're like, let me just wait a bit. Let me go make my money. But remember, this money you're making, for some of us, it was pegged on finishing your masters. So you struggle, you push, you go back and forth with your lecturer until you make it. Then someone comes tell me, now, you know, you have to do a doctorate. I'm like, hey, kwani sijafika on my rock? So every stage you go, every time you dig deeper, there's no guarantee that it will be easy. No guarantee. But it will be worthwhile. Okay? So the further you dig, you'll dig on rock, but your foundation is sure. It will always be sure. And today I want to encourage you guys, it's not just your daily life that you apply this discipline, even in church. Don't come to church and say, it's volunteer work. It's okay, it's volunteer work, but you're not working for man. You're delivering to God. And God is the one who blesses what is not seen. Anakwambia, go to your closet and pray. Don't pray like the Pharisees who pray out loud. God bless us. You see us everywhere we are walking. Shout in the streets. Hear us, God. And that is where it ends. Anakwambia, go to your closet. Close that door. There's a time Pastor Lucy was preaching it. Akasema, you go to that closet and close that door. Because the Father who hears, uko nyuma, in the closet, in the secret place, he blesses openly. Now you see that beautiful house. Oh, that house is so beautiful. Gosh. If we can get to that neighborhood, you need to go talk to the person who built it. They tell you the process. And Pasi over here alisema something important. He said, when you start, you don't think of, you already know the cost, but you don't think about, sasa, by the time I put that top slab, how will it be? You don't think too much about it. This discipline is emotionless. You don't wake up at today you need motivation. God, I need motivation to go work. You wake up and you go work. You put your emotions aside. I feel so tired. It's not about your tiredness. Remember, you don't retire. You rejuvenate and move on. So you wake up, you say, God, today I have to go work. it's my discipline. I have roles to do this, that will lead me to this goal. I'm building this house. I need to put a stone. I'm not going to skip and say, hii line inatuestia time. This line of stone will kill us, will waste our time. Let's put wood. Because that's exactly what this person who was building on sand was doing. Let's put wood here, then put stone on top. Ndio tufike juu haraka. You have to construct every single line. Sindio? You put cement in between the stones. You pour water. There's a person who's building next to us, and we were like, wait. He did the foundation so fast. He put the walls so fast. Then, we've been waiting till today. Tunashanga kwani, hii ukuta inakaukanga after how long? You wait. You obey the process. There's no jumping. There's no skipping line. When you want to serve God, you go serve him. Serve at it. Today I was so tired. God, I decided I am not going to church. So, if you don't go to church, have you sent someone to represent you? Or, by the way, I serve in, let me talk about my department, ushering. I serve in ushering, and today, I worked. On Saturday, I was so busy. I worked the whole day. Sunday is my resting day. So if Sunday is your resting day and you're serving unto God, and you still want to go to the same God, may God, Aki, bless me. What have you given to him for him to bless you? What hard work have you put behind there so that when he blesses? So I'm not saying that God won't bless you if you don't. But it's always good to come with something in your hand for you to be blessed. Okay? Nimelala. So God bless me. And you keep pulling those blankets up. So who's going to smile at the guests as they come in? Who's going to collect offering? As in, so you know, there's always, as much as we come to church, there are processes. There are people who will come, arrange the chairs. So ukilala nani atabeba hiyo kitu ungebeba? Ama, if you don't go for Qatar practice, who will come up here and sing? Ama, you're the people who come up here and sing and mnaenda off code. Ni off code. I mean, inaitwa off key, exactly. Niko ushering, siko Qatar. I'm allowed. Mnaribu. Effort ya the rest. So you go, put effort. You put effort. And your effort will always be praised. God will always bring someone kukwambia, hey, by the way, uliimba poa. By the way, I love the naita dancers up here. Hey, mmekubali? Yeah. So you always do it, and you do it as unto God. You stop looking at, because the outcome will always be beautiful. But they will not talk about the unseen work. Me, I won't know who went for Qatar practice or not. Mkikuja hapa mbele ndo tajua nani ya kwenda practice. And you know the beauty of consistency? By the way, you look at Qatar and you know, gosh, by the way, these people have been practicing. There's some people who couldn't sing before, and now, my God, whether their leader is there or not, you just know you'll have a beautiful worship session, right? There's a word that I keep forgetting. Your bosom person. That one. Sunagos. By the time you get to that point, this person has seen you go through so much. Amewaona mkilia, so zile watu wanasumbua na shamba. Amewaona mkilia when you have nothing, when your pockets are empty. Amewaona mkilia when, you know, there's a movie we were watching and they said, you know, friendship is not real friendship when you're only making merry. Good friendship is friendship even when you're going through fire. that person who stands with you, that person you can call and just say, Aki, today, Aki, it has been such trouble. Mdosi quarreled me, who quarreled me, and this person listened. People who go through with you, I'm talking about consistency. So consistency is not just in your work, it's also in the relationships that you build. Are you disciplined enough to stand with that person? When they call you, you may not be available, but do you follow up later to know, by the way, was this person okay? Did everything work out the way they wanted? Then, after a while, you ask, hey, those two are good friends. You don't know what they've gone through. You don't know the battles they've cried, they've fought, So discipline and consistency. Pastor, tap your neighbor and say discipline and consistency. So one of the goals of a finance manager, so Nico in finance, and one of the goals is to show value for money. Okay? And when you're managing grants, so when you're given a grant, kazi yako ni kuspend, you have to spend that money. You know, kawaida, you're told you have to do not spend too much. You hold this money and spend less. But when you're given a grant, you have to look for ways of spending that money. But when you're spending that money, you have to show value for how you spent it. Okay? Sometimes when God blesses you, He blesses you so much. But when He says you have to be accountable, you have to show Him what you did with it. Okay? So, for example, a finance manager, come and say, we have to go to the field and distribute, let's say, clothes. So we send people to go buy those clothes. Si tumetoa pesa. You come back and tell me I spent this amount. Sawa. These people who you sent out need to be paid, right? So if they are to cover all the 42 counties, ziko 42? Eish. May work international. Okay, 47 counties. So imagine if you send someone to all these 47 counties, you need, let's say, an accountant for all these 47 counties, okay? And you pay them an X figure. Sawa. So, out of these 47 accountants, 30 are good. How many are not good? 17. Of these 17, you have to keep following up. Following up. How did you do your accounting? How did you reconcile? Where are the receipts? You follow up, pako unachoka. So you're thinking, is it better for me to hire 30 accountants, pay them very good money, hii pesa ningepatia the 17, distribute it among the 30. They've earned more, right? But that's because the work I gave them for one county, they did it so well. I was like, let me add them a bit of work and add them more money. Wajengele nyumba mzuri. Sindo? It's the same with the talents. So I want us to read on talents. Matthew 25, verse 14.
For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods.
Continue.
And to one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made other 5 talents. And likewise he that had received 2, he also gained other 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliveredest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, you have delivered unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. 24. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that you are a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, thou hast thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, You wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. You ought therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and at my coming I should have received mine own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give unto him who has 10 talents. For unto everyone that has shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that has not shall be taken away even that which he has.
Thank you. Okay, so this is a story of, I want to compare it to apprenticeship training. So you take someone under you, you train them on how to do something, okay? So you have 3 guys. The master comes and trains them on his business. They even know that their master is shrewd. Sawa. They're trained. Then the master decides, let me travel and give these guys talents. Talent, actually, it's translated as gold. So one is given 5 bars of gold, another one 2 bars of gold, another one 1. Sawa. Remember, when your master trains you, you have to be like him or better than him. Okay? Mmesikia hiyo wimbo tuliimba hapa? Fill me till my life. Exactly. Fill my life until all they see is you, Lord. When they train you, when God comes and fills you, you have to project him. Now, we go back to this master. This master has 3 guys. He trains them. He leaves them with money, each based on their capability, and goes. And you have to behave like the master. But now this one who lacks discipline decides, I will bury this gold. So I'm thinking, when he decided to bury the gold, did he come back and look at it? Zileza, let me confirm it's there. Every day, let me confirm it's there. From my reasoning, he was so lazy. He buried and continued living his life. Gift yako. You are given, you went, you are like, God, me, I come to church every day and pray. And it ends there. You have talent within you that you know it's there. But you decide, me, when I come to church, remember this month is serving the king in your local church. Okay? You with your gift, you smile very well. Imagine ushering, you don't need a lot of work. You just come, smile, and welcome people. If you just know basic guitar, there are people who are willing to train you, to build your skill, upskill you. But, when I come to church, I am okay, I will relax, enjoy, be blessed by people. How was the sermon? Powerful. Were you blessed? Yeah. What were you taught? Tutaenda tuone kwa YouTube. You can't even remember what was taught. With your one talent. Now, there's someone who was given 5. Ata tusionge juu ya that person who was given 5. Let's talk about this person who was given 2. Because when the master blessed them, he blessed them in the exact same way. He didn't say, Ati, because I gave you 5 talents, now you'll control everyone else. No. He said, because you... Ata acha nisi paraphrase in my own words. Let's go back there and just read that verse. My faithful servant, you who heard my word and did it. You move from hearing. You're now doing. So that you become. Sawa. You move from hearing. You start doing. So every day you do. You be disciplined. You maintain your consistency. You follow that process to become a good singer, to become a professional accountant, to become a professional sales and marketer, to become a professional MC, to become a professional customer sales representatives or customer care. You know, all your professions within here. You go work hard at it to become the best profession where you can be. Sawa? Aya. For the kingdom of... next. Verse 23. His Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. He didn't say you are faithful over the 5 talents that I gave you. You are faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of the Lord. Imagine, unablessiwa pa kunambwa, now come rest. Sawa? That same blessing was given to the person who had 5 talents and the one who was with 2 talents. So he didn't differentiate akasema, you're more talented than It was the same. But now to this other one. Uyo mwenye alienda akabari akasahau. Yani you buried gold. Akasahau. The master akamwambia, you would have even gone and put it in the bank. Na ipate interest. There's a time Madeline taught us about financial literacy and how to invest. Akatupatia even those investments that you don't, it's a no-brainer. When do weke in fixed deposit, you just agree with your bank. But you should have done your research, knowledge, which bank gives you the best interest. And that's all you need. So that as you continue saving and working hard, pesa isikae tu kwa account. You go put it in your bank, it earns for you money. It's helping you. More investment. Remember, these talents, they're earning more money for their master. Don't work hard. Enda tuwe. You wake up, you even look, nowadays we are so digital. You open and you're like, 2,000 imeingia leo. 3 months later, 6,000 total investment. But you decide, no. God, you give me 1,000 and I need to do business, but I think of this 1,000, nime miss pizza ya Domino's. Umekula capital. Umebaki na 500. Now, you go work hard with that 500, ata haita kutosha. Then you come back to God and disturb him. That money you gave me was not enough for capital. Na wewe ndio uliamua ku YOLO. discipline. When you decide to do something, follow through it. You go work hard, you go invest it, you go plow it back into the business, let it make money for you. The same as the talents. Because today tunaongea juu ya church, your talents, don't sit on them. What you do not use, you lose. It will be taken away from you. You remember Elijah was praying. Was it Elijah or Elisha? You'll correct me. I think it was Elijah. He was praying and saying, God, I am alone. I'm the only prophet here. Hey, God, akamwambia, you're not the only one. I have 7,000. Okay. Kwani, where were they when he was going through issues and being harassed by the king? 7,000. Same to today. If you do not use your talent, God will take it away. Because there are 7,000 others who are waiting. There are 30 other accountants who are waiting. Who, when you wameeka the discipline, the skill, they've built themselves. Sawa. And God will give them what you are supposed to do. So baki hapo ukinungunika, all you do is complain. When you're beaten kidogo, you call someone, they didn't pick up your call. God, this life is so hard. Even the people around me cannot help me. Your life in ministry, yes, people are helpful. They are sent there to help you. But you also need to grow yourself. You learn how to keep your relations. You keep your word. You visit people. You love. Tumetoka discipline of love in February. You do all those things. And it's not mathematically you sit and decide, okay, my goal is going to be to love and to pange yours. The more you study the word, it becomes natural. The more you read the word, when you come up, it's easy to preach. It's easy to talk to people. It's easy to encourage. Okay? Growth is seen by what you manifest outwards. Ile uko nyuma ni wewe ulieka effort. Kama ulieka mediocre, unavuna? Exactly. If you go sow seed that is bad, by the way, there's no miracle that is going to happen. Stop looking for miracles. The miracle you'll get is reaping that which you sowed. Na Bible inakupatia the same principles. What you sow, you reap. So you go sow the good seed. You go sow the hard work. You go sow. God will see and bless it, okay? In conclusion, I wasn't told how much time I was given, but okay. All I'm saying, na itasoma tu, ndo mshike. As we serve the Master, let's be disciplined to the cause, okay? Let's not be hearers, but doers of the word. The vision that God has given us will not be achieved by us sitting and waiting for manna to drop from heaven. We are not in those days. So you have to put the effort. You need to work. The kingdom of God has no room for lazy bones. Fit yourself into where your heart tells you, I need to serve here. Go fit yourself there and serve. And God will surely bless you. He will bless you. Okay? When God was blessing Abraham and Lot, in conclusion. So Abraham leaves his country and lives with his nephew Lot. Okay? So they travel through the land. Mungu anawabariki. Yani, their produce becomes their cattle, their slaves, it becomes too much. To the point of, wanamwa, by the way, we can't live together. You go whichever direction with yours, may go my direction with my wealth. Okay? Remember, Abraham, yani, Lot is so blessed when he's with Abraham. He doesn't even realize. So Abraham, Lot looks and says, wow, this land this green land. This is what I want. So Abraham anamwambia, you take it. And God later on blesses Abraham. That's Genesis 13 as I conclude. Genesis 13. So God blesses Abraham. Anamwambia, where you've chosen, the north, the south, the east, the west, is yours. As far as your eyes can see. Not what is available. Because if he was going with what was available, yani land yenye Lot alimwachia. That man was selfish. He took all the green land. Lot took all the nice land. And Abraham went up out of Egypt and his wife and all. Next. Next here. 13. Okay, go to 13 verse 9. Yani this guy was rich in silver and gold. Vitu tunatafuta leo. So 9. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyselves, I pray thee, from me. If you take the left, I'll go with the right. If you depart to the right, I will go to the left. Next. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan. And it was well watered everywhere. That was before Sodom and Gomorrah. And even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zoar. So he took all that land. And then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves one from another. Abram dwelt in the land of Canaan. Lot dwelt in the cities of the plain and pitched his tent towards Sodom. Mshambwe, how Sodom was beautiful. Okay, next. Next. And the Lord said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him, lift up now thine eyes. Mnona. Hamwambi what is available. Anakwambia your eyes. What you see. Lift up now thine eyes and look from the place where thou art. Yani, wewe kama macho yako itakufikisha pale. Ni hapo. Anakwambia simama. Now, nikaa nakwambia turn round. North, south, east, west. All that land is yours. Where is your vision? What is your vision? What are you seeing with your eyes? What are you seeing within you? That is your vision. And you hold onto that. And you serve God with it. But don't just receive the vision, but be willing to put the effort that comes with supporting that vision. You go hit that rock. Okay? You go work hard at it. If it means going back to school for you to maintain that job, you go study. Some of you are so blessed with jobs that sponsor your schooling. But wacha nikwambie, shule, nirudi kusoma nilimalizia high school. It's your vision that you're letting go of it. But remember, what you don't use, you lose. So you have to work hard for that vision. You have to hit that rock. You have to put the discipline. They say athletes are the most disciplined people. Be an athlete in the army of God. They say that you will run and you'll not grow weary. You will run. See, athletes run. You will run. You're part of those people who are supposed to be disciplined. But now with God, imagine, the blessings. He blesses you beyond your imagination. You will run and not get tired. You will not retire. You will walk. Imagine, you won't faint. There's a place even it says, in your old age, he renews your strength, your wings like an eagle. ana pluck the old, alafu imagine the new grows back again. So don't sit in the house of God na ukwe wa kusindikiza. Hey? People are developing, people are growing, people are being blessed, and you're just there. Find your vision, find what you love. Saa zingine mtu anafikiria vision, unaenda unaomba unashanga, where is this vision? Start with what you like. Start with what you like. Serve God with what you like. And let him continue blessing you from there. Ukikuja hapa kuwarm benches, utabaki hapo kuwarm benches. One day, you'll find people have moved on and you're still there. And let me tell you, the person who will be weeping will not be the people who are around you. It is you as a person, okay? So by the time we leave here, remember, you serve God. You're not serving man. You're not serving Percy. You're not working for Pastor Lucy. You're not working for anyone here. You're not working for the department heads. You're serving God. Okay? You realign yourself properly. You maintain your relationships. Build yourself. And God, when you give God something to bless, tabaki umeparara na baraka. And that is my word. Okay?